Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn the new lesson, and before that I'm going to show you a picture. Okay? So here's the picture. So observe this picture carefully. So what can you see over here? If you look in this picture, you can see that there are network of railways, right? And if you are going there for the first time, you will feel like you are going to get lost, right? You can see this road going to this road, right? And from here it goes that side. So if you are a newcomer to this place and you happen to reach to this junction, what is going to happen? You are going to get lost, right? So on that basis, we can say that yes, we are talking about something, and we are going to learn one poem, and the name of the poem is The Road Not Taken. Okay, so I'm writing The Road Not The Road Not Taken. So this is the name of the poem. Okay, so here in this poem we are going to learn how a person, when he reaches at one junction where the road diverges into two directions, he found himself missing, he's not able to proceed further. Okay, so in that note we are going to learn this poem, The Road Not Taken, and this poem is written by Robert Frost, right? Okay, so Robert Frost. So this is the name of the poet. He has written the poem The Road Not Taken. So please keep that in mind. So this is the poem The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. So let's learn something about Robert Frost. Who is he, right? So if you're going to learn, you can see here that his full name is Robert Lee Frost. Okay, so he is what? He is an American poet. So he is from America. Okay, American poet. So, and what happened? If we are going to see about his birth, we can find that he was born on March 26, 1874. March 26, 1874 in San Francisco. And he is known for his depictions of rural New England, his grasp of colloquial speech, and his poetry about ordinary people in everyday situations. So we can find that basically Robert Frost, we can say that the main focus of many of his poems, we'll find it is concentrating. Okay, we can say that the theme of his poetry are always taken from the common people, the ordinary people, not the people of who belong to the high class or the kings and the queens. Rather, he chose the ordinary people to be the subject of his poems, right? So, and we can find that he has written many poems, and some of his most famous poems included like The Gift Outright, okay, and Stopping by Woods, On a Snowy Evening, The Birches, The Mending Wall, The Road Not Taken, which we are going to learn, and Nothing Gold Can Stay. And he died on 29 January 1963 in Boston, Massachusetts. So this is something about the life of Robert Frost, the poet who wrote the poem The Road Not Taken. I have got a question here. Okay, so a question to you. If you are asked to write poems by your teacher, will you choose the life of ordinary people or common people, or the life of kings and queens or great person? Okay, so this question is thrown to you for answers. Okay, like we have seen Robert Frost, the subject of his poem are always the ordinary people, the common people. He has not chosen the life of kings and queens or great persons, but rather he chose those people common people, the ordinary people found in our daily life. The poor people, we can say the rustics. Okay, so those are the subject of his poem. Can you name 3 famous poems by Robert Frost? Can you? We have just learned just now. So let's recall. The first one is what? The one we are going to learn. Okay, The Road Not Taken. Okay, so this is one of his famous poem. Then we have Mending Wall. What else we have? We have The Birches. And we have got many others like the Nothing Goal Can Stay. The subject of Frost's poetry is centered on ordinary people in everyday situations. It is true or false? Yes, this will be true. We have just learned that Robert Frost has not taken the kings and queens or the great people to be the center of his poetry, to be the subject of his poems. Rather, he has chosen the ordinary people to be the subject of his poetry. Okay, so ordinary people. So the answer over here will be true, right? So now let's read the poem. The Road Not Taken. 2 roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, it kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. So now, like I have just read, so you can observe here carefully and tell me what is the rhyme scheme of the poem. So what is the rhyme scheme of this poem? Basically, when we talk about rhyme scheme, we always see the ending words of every line, whether the words rhyme with each other or not. So let's take, for example, the first stanza. Let's take the ending words. The ending word of the first line is wood. 2 roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. So the second line ends in both. And be one traveller long I stood. So the third one is stood. And looked down one as far as I could. Okay, so the fourth line is good. To where it bent in the undergrowth. Undergrowth. So this is the last line. So let's see now. What does it rhyme with both? No. Okay. What stood good. So we can say that yes, if this is A, this also will be A, and this also will be A. Growth. No. So growth rhymes with both. Both growth. So I'm assigning B to the second line. So B will be also the last line. So the first line rhymes with the third and the fourth, and the second line rhymes with the last, the fifth line. So in this way we can say that the rhyme scheme of the poem is okay, A, B, A, B. So this is the rhyme scheme of the poem. A, B, A, B. So keep that in mind. This is the rhyme scheme. And okay, so we have got a question here. The rhyme scheme of the poem The Road Not Taken is A, B, A, B. Okay. The poem The Road Not Taken was written by, can you still remember the name of the poet? Who is he? It is Robert Frost. Okay. He is from where? He is from America. Okay, so he is an American poet. Okay. So now I want you to concentrate on the meter. You know, we have got syllables. We have also got meter. Okay, so they have got syllables, you have got meter. And if you talk about syllables, I will just remind you what is a syllable. For example, let me write the word morning. This poem, this word has got 2 syllables, right? We have got more and ning. So first, second. So the word morning has got 2 syllables. And you know, whenever they write poem, they always consider meter. Okay, so there will be some poems which are written in iambic pentameter, tetrameter, and many other meters as well. So in this, so how is a meter formed? Okay, we say that 2 syllable, okay, make a foot. Okay, so 1 foot, they are formed by 2 syllables, right? So a foot make 2 syllables. If I say morning, morning, so this one has got 2 syllables, so we divide in this way. Let's take the first line, how we can find a syllable. 2 roads diverge. So we can see 2 1 syllable, roads the second syllable. So we can, so this one is going to form 1 foot. Diverge. So this is going to form another foot. And in a line, if there are 2 3 feet together, we call it a meter. Okay, together we call it a meter. If there are 4 feet in a line, we call that, okay, we call that tetrameter. Okay, tetra. Tetra means 4. Okay, 4 feet. This is how we make a foot, and we are trying to explore the meter in this poem. So if we read this poem, we will find, okay, that yes, this poem has got what we call another term we call iambic. Okay, iambic. So iambic means, keep this in mind, unstressed syllable followed by stress. Okay, so followed by stress. So the first syllable will be unstressed and the second syllable will be stressed. And the mark we are using is this. This is for unstressed and this is for stress, right? So then also in this poem we are going to have what we call anapestic. Okay, anapestic. Anapestic foot. So what is this foot? We have got 2 unstressed followed by 1 stress. So the first syllable is unstressed, the second is unstressed, and the third is stress. So 3 in this case. We have also some lines which follows these pattern. Okay, and we have learned about tetrameter. So let's just see. And this has got tetrameter, 4 feet. Okay, so let's just examine. So let's examine the first line. Okay, let's see. 2 roads diverge in a yellow. 2 roads diverge in a yellow wood. Okay, so how we divide? We have to divide first into feet, right? So 2 roads diverge in a yellow okay, in a yell. So in this case, in a yell, okay, yellow wood. So two roads, okay, we can see two roads diverge in a, so this unstressed, in a yell, low wood, okay, two roads diverge in a yell, low wood, right? So what do we have here? We have got here iambic, two roads, unstressed followed by stress, diverge, unstressed followed by stress, and in this case we have got anapaestic, two stressed syllable, two unstressed syllable in and which are unstressed syllable followed by a stressed one. This is anapaestic here, yellow wood. Again, iambic foot, okay. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood. And sore, okay, and sorry I could not travel both, okay, and sorry I, okay, could not travel both. So if we examine the second line, and sorry I could not travel both, okay. So in this case, what is happening in this case? And sorry I, okay, and saw, see, and sorry I could not okay, so stress is here, both. So this is unstressed, this is also unstressed. So again here there is anapaestic, okay. So you can find that there are 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically there are 4 feet. So we call this tetrameter. So this poem is basically composed of 4 feet, or what we call tetrameter. In all the lines we can find this, and we have got the use of iambic foot and also the use of anapaestic foot. So I've got a question to you, okay. So a question to you is that what is an iambic foot? So what is an iambic foot? It is when the first syllable is unstressed and it is followed by the second syllable which is stressed, right? So what is anapaestic foot? When two syllables are unstressed followed by a stressed one. And what do you mean by tetrameter? When there are 4 feet in a line, okay? So 4 feet in a line of the poem, so we call that tetrameter. So now let's recapitulate what we have learned today, okay? So in this class we have learned firstly about Robert Frost, right? He is an American poet, and the subject of his poetry is always chosen from everyday situations, and he chose the ordinary people, okay, for the subject of his poetry. He has not chosen the kings and queens. He has not chosen the great people. Rather, he chooses what? He chooses the poor people, the common people to be the subject of his poetry, right? We have also learned about the rhyme scheme of the poem. What is the rhyme scheme? A, B, A, B. And then we have also learned about what? About the meter, how two syllables form a foot. We have learned about iambic foot, and we have also learned about anapaestic foot, right? So this is what we have learned in today's class. So here I want you to check this poem. This is an Invictus poem by William Ernest Henley. So I want you to find the rhyme scheme of this poem. So how will you find? So we have learned that, okay, have taught you. So we always check for the ending word, whether it rhymes or not with the following line, okay. So let's see. The ending word of the first line is me. The ending word of the second line is Paul. The ending word of the third line is B. And the ending line of the last line is soul. So we can see here, me does not rhyme with Paul, but it rhymes with B. So we can say that it is A. Paul, so B, B. So the rhyme scheme of this poem Invictus is A, B, A, B. So this is the rhyme scheme. I hope you're clear, right? Okay, so I've got this homework for you. This is the poem She Walks in Beauty, and I want you to examine the structure. Okay? And after you finish your homework, you can submit your homework by sending to this email ID of mine. Okay, HORMOTM12004264 at the rate of gmail.com. Okay, so till then, we'll see in the next presentation, and I want you to complete this homework, and please don't postpone your work, but do it and send to this mail ID. I'm going to correct that, and if there is any mistake, any confusion regarding this question, we are going to see that in the next class. Okay, thank you.